So I just turned 25 years old, and I wanted to share with you guys 25 life lessons that I've learned across my entire life. And these aren't going to be your generic ones that you see on every single article posted online. The first one is you should be focusing on your main income before your side hustles. Side hustles are a fantastic source to make money. You can scale them way past your 9-to-5 income, but if you don't have that stability at home, there's ton of pressure there, and most side hustles don't really scale to where you want it to be within the first year or 2 years. It takes a lot of time to develop that skill set or build out that audience if you're going to be creating like a YouTube channel or Instagram, TikTok, or anything along the lines of social media. Now, I had the problem happen in college. I was graduating with my electrical engineering degree and really wanted to have a side hustle of like SEO and marketing. I developed a business with a few other friends of mine at the time, and well, that really failed, and I didn't use my electrical engineering degree right away, which definitely hurt my income because I could have grabbed a fantastic job right out of college. Speaking of side hustles, your first should be a solo adventure. Mine was with 5 other people. That means if I wanted to make $100K a year, the business in general would have to have over $500,000 in revenue, assuming that we'd have 0 expenses, which that is not the case. If you have a solo business in the beginning, it is much easier to scale where you can replace your full-time income, and at the same time, you can always hire other people to complement your skill sets that you are weak on. This may seem obvious, but it is way easier to gain weight than it is to lose weight. Say you gained a pound or 2 pounds over a month. That continues to compound unless you change your habits. Don't tell yourself, oh, I gained a pound this month, I'm just gonna exercise a little bit more or cut back on your eating. You're most likely not unless you really implement that. And the best way to implement that is with number 4 is to fix your diet. Sure, you can go out there and exercise. You could run 5 or 10 miles. You could go to the gym for a few hours. And that definitely does help you lose weight. But the best is to really evaluate your diet, see where you're putting a lot of calories at, let's say for example, soda, and cut that out of your diet. Sodas, for example, I just did a no soda challenge for 30 days, still going strong on that. That's over 100 calories per drink you have. You have 1 or 2 or possibly 3 a day, a few pounds every single month. Building content is gonna change your life. I know that firsthand from my other YouTube channel, Breakout Cards, which I've been able to scale to around 11,000 subscribers in a super small niche. And because of that, I've been able to travel around the country to different card shows and meet some awesome people. With that in mind, every day you should be building more content than you are consuming. If you consume content by watching other YouTube videos or watching TV or watching the newest TikTok trends, you're wasting your time and your opportunities to build. The only person that you should try to impress is yourself. Other people do not care what you are doing. They don't care that you're wearing a $300 shirt or a $10,000 watch. In fact, they don't even care if you run an ultra marathon next weekend. Everyone is so busy with their own lives, they often don't pay attention to what other people are doing. And with that in mind, stop comparing yourself to others. And sure, it might be nice to have those lifestyles that you see on reality TV or some Instagram influencers, but it's your own life. You have your own trajectory and you can change that if you put the effort towards it. One thing that's really helped my life is writing down a list of things to do the night before. What I'll put on this list is tasks to be done for my full-time job, tasks to be done for my side hustles, and then pretty much any chores that I need to do around the house and miscellaneous tasks. That way, at the very end of the day, I can feel great about accomplishing everything, and I didn't really forget about other tasks that might have been important. One thing that I've learned from Atomic Habits is that you should be focusing on building systems to hit goals rather than just hitting a number and being done with it. And a good example is kind of like running a marathon. If you build a system to run every single week and improve your trainings, whether it's speed work or long runs, you're going to improve. But if you just tell yourself, I'm going to run a marathon, and you're completely done and had scattered training, you are going to plateau quite quickly. Now, in the age of social media, everyone's enamored with numbers, but followers don't exactly equate to revenue. Sure, they might with view counts and different things like that, but it's better to have a loyal audience that buys your products than it is to have a stale audience that isn't going to interact with your brand. And something that I've really learned is that recurring revenue is the best to build out. If you can find a product that people buy month after month, you're going to be able to scale your business more than one and done purchase. And I learned that firsthand. I wrote a book over a year ago called Spotting Fakes. And while I've been able to sell quite a few copies, people buy the book once and they're completely done. And one of my goals this year is to really find a recurring revenue product for my Breakout Cards business. So that way I'm able to scale it up each additional month and put more resources towards growing the YouTube channel and also that additional service. So I recently had the opportunity to purchase a house with my girlfriend. And this tip is, if you have the means to do so, invest in a house rather than paying rent to a landlord. The reason is your mortgage goes towards your house, and that can be an investment long term. Eventually your house is paid off and now you have an asset. or rather if you're paying rent for an apartment or a house, that is filling your landlord's pocket. So even if your mortgage is going to be a little bit more expensive after closing costs, it is well worth it. This might be a little bit of a controversial one, but everyone is replaceable at your full-time job. There's a large labor market out there and people can learn new skills. You also have coworkers that might already know what you do on a day-to-day basis. So keep that in the back of your mind and really focus on building out a side hustle when you have the opportunity to do so. At the end of the day, everyone has stress, whether it's finances, family, or your job. You need to figure out a way to de-stress. And for me, I have two different ways. One is running. When I'm running, I try to hit a specific goal, number of miles or a certain pace, and trying to focus on getting in shape for the next race. Guitar-wise, I might play some of my favorite songs or try to increase my skills, whether it's fingerstyle or now I'm learning a little bit of bluegrass. But either way, it helps you calm you down at the very end of the day. Some experiences have a limited lifespan. A good example of this is concerts. If your favorite band is in town, make sure to go see them. Or there's a band that you wanted to see for 5 years, spend the money and get a concert ticket. Don't say, oh, I'll wait till next time. I've had that happen to me a few times. I missed out from seeing Tom Petty and also Linkin Park. And now since both Chester and Tom Petty have passed away, I'm not going to have that chance to see them again. Now, if you're traveling and there's a really cool restaurant that you want to try, go try that restaurant. You might not be back in that city or that state for quite a while. Many people obsess over getting the latest technology, whether it's a new camera, new computer, new smartphone, or even a brand new car. But in reality, there's marginal differences year after year. Sure, maybe after 5+ years, there's gonna be a big difference between two specific models, but don't waste your money on getting the newest thing every time it comes out. These next two life lessons are somewhat similar, but it's better to take action than it is to wait. And at the same time, don't always strive perfection, because you can improve your skill set week after week. Many people want to have things perfect, but in reality, nothing is going to be perfect. Your first YouTube video is not going to be perfect. The first website that you build out is not going to be perfect. The first song that you record is not going to be perfect. The only way to progress your skill set is to improve on it every single week and also build your systems. When I was growing up, I always thought skincare was just for girls, but it's important for guys as well. Two things I do is really focus on moisturizing my face and also washing it. You want to take care of your body as long as possible. I think once you graduate high school or college, you are done learning, but that can't be farther from the truth. You always should be trying to improve your skills or learn new skills that complement them, whether it's watching a YouTube video or reading a book or taking a course from an expert in your field. And just because you watched a course or you put 100 hours into learning a new skill set doesn't mean you're going to be successful overnight. In fact, overnight success takes years in the making. And a good example of that is YouTube channels. Sometimes you'll see a brand new YouTube channel hit 100,000 subscribers in 1 year. But what you don't realize is the owner of that channel has tried 15 other channels before that and has failed, but applied those concepts to that brand new channel. In high school and in early college, I used to really enjoy politics. But the reality is, politics divides both your friends and audience if you create content, and you get angry over the most trivial issues. Avoiding politics from your life is going to make you a much happier person. Many young people look at money as the greatest currency, but in reality, it's time. We only have so many hours each specific day to get something done, and we only have so much time on this earth. You can do a few different things to tweak your schedule every day to save extra time. It's going to be well worth it. Speaking of time, one of the easiest ways to optimize it is by building out a better workspace. For myself, for the longest time, I've only used one monitor, but I've recently upgraded it to, and I can say I'm getting tasks done a lot faster. Also, having a standing desk, I feel like I'm a little bit more productive than just sitting down in a chair all day long. So these are my 25 lessons that I've learned. What is one lesson that you learned across your life? Post it in the comment section below. Also, if you're trying to improve your life, make sure to watch this video right over here where I quit soda for 30 days. It was challenging, but well worth it.